I grew up seeing women as victims of domestic violence. Women who are discriminated, unfairly treated, and unjustly paid for being a woman. Not because she was not good enough, not because she was doing anything wrong. It is just because she was a woman. I want to be the change that I want to see. I want to encourage every woman to be empowered to speak up and act. As a victim of cyberbullying by my fellow women, I make a stand and became empowered. If all women are empowered, the hand that rocks the cradle can surely rule the world, complementing, contributing, and creating a better tomorrow for everyone.
Boyko Maniningon.
My advocacy is as an educational assistance for poor children. We all have the right to dream on what we want to become in the future. My advocacy will help this dreamer or young dreamer for them to be able to achieve their dreams. And every child has the right to be provided, most especially with education. Poverty is not a problem, it is a status. If we're going to help these children today, we will be able to direct their way to the right, and we will be able to mold them into a better version of themselves. Education is the most powerful weapon which we can share to change the world.
Bugay Tabuan. Growing up as a teenager, my observations inside and outside of the box has led me to discern something, and that is we, the youth, are eventually downgraded with certain capabilities and differences. And I would like to bring this aspect to uplift awareness on empowering the youth's identity as a catalyst for change. Through forums and symposiums, we can unify the ideas and the minds of the youth to protect the environment and inspire leadership, because youth leadership prepares our generation to what is ahead of us. As the saying goes, the youth is the hope of our motherland. We are the builders of the nation. We stand strong. And tonight I stand here because my voice is the voice of the youth. And together in this community, we will create a change. We will create a metamorphosis. Thank you.
Pawis, panay-panay.
Green cultivator. My advocacy concentrates on various farm practice in the field of agriculture. I choose to give emphasis in this field because I firmly believe that agriculture is the backbone of our economy. Yet, this is one of the most neglected professions. So I want to carry the unheard voice of our agriculturists for them to be given enough attention by the government. Because the truth is, without agriculturists, there can be no food to be served in every family's table. And I had spoken.
Kalumbuyan, kalamtupa.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am here tonight to address about mental health conditions which we often overlooked and even ignored. Let's just say someone who has cancer. The community has an amazing support system for them, but when it comes to mental illness, nobody wants to talk about it. Mental health condition is real, and we should address it. Allow me to tell you, mental illness the whole point of me standing here tonight is I want to stop the era that mental illness, anxiety, and depression is something that we should be ashamed of. Thank you.
Malabugas, Manduao.
December 14, 1937. Women in the Philippines were given the right to vote. February 25, 1986. The Philippines had its first woman president. Significant dates where women made a difference. If given the chance to wear the crown on February 17, 2020, this would be my date where I start my own difference. I may not be famous and prominent, but I want to say this with my pride as a woman, that a Miss Bayawan should not only put on a show for one night, but must be able to take advantage of her reign, pushing for a more progressive community for women. Women empowerment may sound cliche as an advocacy, but as a woman that struggled a lot, empowering myself made me push through the odds. I want to connect women with opportunities to grow, be it big or small. And I am dedicated in making my fellow uniquely beautiful Bayawanan women to live in a Bayawan city where women transcends from biased gender roles. Stronger, purposeful, driven. That is the Bayawanan woman of today. Thank you.
Bianca Sanroque.
Bayawan City is the agricultural capital of Negros Oriental, and agritourism is now the trend for community development. And because of the abundance of natural resources, Bayawan is well positioned for agritourism. It is an avenue for people to promote their product to increase their profit and production.
Nara, San Isidro.
Holistic programs for PWDs focusing on physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual aspects of their lives. Before my advocacy comes up into this, I search for a problem that is very known in our community, and I found it at home. I found it to my one and only inspiration. I saw my mom suffer 6 years for being paralyzed. It really hurts seeing her pity herself for being disabled. I don't want to see any of the PWD lost their hopes that there is no more brighter tomorrows for them. My advocacy, by the helping hands of our government, DOH, DSWD, and the community as well, we will make the PWD feels that they are worth it. They can bring a happiness to our Bayawan city. They can not only show their ability, but then not only their ability, and throw their disability, because they will be one of an empowered individual of Bayawan City.
Hagakbat Bayawan. We immediately judge people based on preference, and it's an act of injustice. Bullying, judgment, biases, and other sorts of labels disallow equality. I personally think that character building is necessary to combat bullying. We are all created equally, along with our equal rights with exceptions. If we can lesser in pride, but give the best in love, then we can surely appreciate every single details of anyone else's existence and promote love and world peace. Let us end bullying and judging people, because let us give a chance to the next generation to enjoy the things that we enjoy today. Thank you.
Poblasyon Minava.
My advocacy will focus on youth leadership, empowering the future leaders in our city. Youth are more receptive, for the more they give or they have the power to change the world. Through this, we could able to find ourselves and make our place a better place to live in. The development of leadership has given us humans, and especially the youth, to serve our people and to have unity towards each other. Let us always remember that we are all capable in changing our world and to be a leader in our own simple way. Indeed, youth of today are the future of tomorrow, for the brighter tomorrow. And let us be reminded that leadership is the capacity, to enhance and interpret the true meaning of leadership, the true meaning of being the true meaning of being us, and the true meaning of what we are capable to do. Thank you so much.
Suba Villasol.
Education is one of the fundamental factors of development, and I can see that youth nowadays are too ignorant about our social issues. And as an advocate, I want to be part of that development, because I believe that education is not just a key to success, yet it is also help in changing our mindset into something that could hone us holistically. And I thank you.
Enago, San Jose.
I was born and raised with a lot of insecurities to myself that leads to depression and suicidal attempts. But because of my parents, God, and encouragement of other people, I surpassed. While scrolling through my social media and advocating and observing the youth today, I can say that one of the greatest issues that they encounter today is the lack of confidence. It is one of the greatest issues that they have, and I believe that someday someone can stand for their voice, and that is me, because I stand here not just as one night candidate, but as a candidate of my advocacy, which is eradicating comparison and societal labeling. Thank you.
Obos Aliits.
Aristotle was a Greek philosopher who once said, "No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness." I believe that those who suffer from mental illness have the power to change the world with the greatness they have in their mind, sadly overpowered by the battles they face inside their head. I want to be the voice for these people. I want to be their hope, the one to bring light to their situation and help change their lives for the better, so that they can also do the same for others in the world. Once again, this is Mary Louie Cadalso, your advocate for mental health. Thank you.
Villarreal ang sumali.
My advocacy is aimed to make the residents and tourists of our city to become a good stewards of the environment. Bayawan City is a home of water park, eco park, resorts, and many more. These tourist spots has been the source of the people's income and a place where we relax with our loved ones. Ecotourism means a tourist with a heart. By bringing our own paper or tote bag to keep our trashes instead of littering. Let us all keep in mind the 5 R's, which are reduce, reuse, refuse, repurpose, and recycle. There will be signages in the tourist spots and inside the potpots and vehicles that travels around the city. It will be used to spread awareness and act as reminder to everyone. Let us all believe that we can do something to conserve and preserve our natural resources. Alone, I can only do something, but with the help of my fellow Bayawanans, we can do anything. Let us reside with a purpose now. Thank you.